Hello, my name is Zhatelier, and welcome back for another episode of Shadow Empire. In previous episode, we had a bit of fighting on both west and east. I do have a little bit of fighting to do still this round, so I'm just going to get going with that already. I did send in the colonists again at the start of the round. I think, I guess this... Well, these can probably just start heading south now. We'll probably leave one over here for the hidden village or something, and I might extend the road through here. Along the coastline, not necessarily quite yet all the way since we just captured that. And then, of course, here in the north, we still got a little bit more fighting to do. Because now we should have at least slightly better intel in here, but we don't really have enough to know where exactly the enemies are. So I'm just going to move that around. This one's going to be trying to link up with the units here. And we've got our rovers here. That's... Oh no, those are quite easy to defeat, actually. There we go, that's an easy victory. And we can just keep on going and then... Oh wow, 3,000 to 1. It's pretty good odds. Not going to push any further there right now. I believe there was something pushing through here. Yeah, that one. I'm just going to try to get in front of it. I don't know what exactly that is. Nor do I know that one. So I'm just going to let them attack me first. Do have a unit in here. I don't... Well, this has been probably just mostly sitting near the automation, I'll be honest. I could potentially build up a road between here, actually, to have a link between Taz and Sir Jody, although I don't think there's necessarily needed. But I'll build it anyway. At least we'll have potential for supplies to flow between these two zones if need be. Although I'm pretty sure all of it first goes back into the capital, or the zone headquarters, and then go from there. So it probably won't have that much of an impact in the end. I believe that's pretty much all the combats we did, or I did move in the infantry over here a little bit forward again. And now we got a little bit more intel on what they have on the island. They should be running a little bit... Oh, right, I forgot about that. We do have the grasshoppers in here. I'm going to move these into Unsung, and I'm also going to assign the headquarters to be the second HQ. So now it's going to be in here. It won't have the action points to do any recon here this round, but next round onwards we can start getting a bit of intel on the troops here. And if they are starting to run out of supplies and everything, that means that they might... Actually, I don't know if they have a port anymore, so they might not have any contracts to bring in supplies. That might be it. Unless they build a port in here, or trying to build a port in here now, which is a possibility. I've started building another supply base over here, so we've got one over there and one over there being built, so that will at least help it a little bit. In the long run anyway, but I believe we did most of the fighting last round. I mean, actually, no, we didn't do all of it. There's still more fighting to be done. Let's take the all-rounders in here. Push the enemy back. Oh, there we go. That's 20 tanks already. 30 tanks, okay. I'll take it. And then this one, we tried to attack there. We didn't destroy it fully. We could perhaps use the metalheads to attack in here. Should be able to do quite a bit of damage on them. Oh, yeah, there we go. Destroyed their flak guns as well, which is quite nice, and a bit of trucks and recon, 30 tanks and 2 specialist totals. That's pretty decent. We've got our metalheads in here. I suppose we could try pushing these back again.
Let's go.
There we go. So 20 flak guns, 20 tanks. Pretty decent. And you can attack in here. Not going to start pushing forward yet. We're just going to try to inflict as much casualties to them as possible until the reinforcements start arriving. We've got the headquarters in here already. Now we just need to get all the other troops in there. Which is going to cost a little bit, admittedly, but we can do that eventually, I hope. Now that we captured that is also going to help a little bit. They've got some leopards on the other side there. And a lot of infantry in the mountains. Of course, the infantry, if they try to destroy our tanks, they are going to have a bit of a hard time, I reckon. I mean, depends on the terrain, I suppose, but... Right now, the terrain does favor us more than them. So we can't get quite there yet, but soon enough, hopefully, yes. And that's going to make a bit of room. But I think that was enough, so let's get to the next round, shall we? We do have a pretty good amount of recruits, so we could potentially... I mean, we're currently losing a bit of food, though, so I'm kind of reluctant on doing too much. I mean, once the food productions in Osnabrück and all that start going full speed, we should be fine. In terms of food, of course, but that might take a few moments. Oh, there's a bit of airstrike. We did have... No, actually, I don't think we had any planes in there intercepting. We don't have that many interceptors in the region, period, so that might be part of the reason. We don't definitely have enough flak guns in the area as well. I mean, honestly, we should probably just get some more of the surface air missile launchers. That'll probably do enough damage. Oh, looks like they pulled back their troops into the city. Okay, we're getting a bit surrounded over there in the north. By the local fauna, which is not great. No losses though, so that's good. Ooh, now new Zeitgeist wanders through the land. We're entering the crisis of passion. Risk of suffering unrest-related events. Okay, I mean, it's not the worst. Atmospheric membranes. Why did our load into shields? We separate the alien atmosphere from our crops. Oh, okay. And there we go, Trader 3. The new guns and all that. We don't really use the tank destroyers all that much, admittedly. They could be quite handy, though, in certain aspects. Enforcement profile reaches 56. I mean, it's currently 50, so I guess that could be done. And I guess Economic Council's got one research target, so we'll go for that one. Then design, we could... I don't know how good the shield stuff is. Probably not all that great. We could go maybe for the... We'll go for the medium shield generator, I think. We'll go for a double diesel engine. And we need to get some more meritocracy, so that's... We could afford increasing the democracy a bit further, I guess. We need to get a lot more meritocracy, though, so that's going to cause some issues. Right, but we did not have any combats, not in the east anyway. Start using the recon over here to clear out some of the land. Looks like the supply situation is starting to get at least a little bit better, and we're starting to get some of the reinforcements in here, so that's quite nice. There we go, that's a bit of infantry destroyed. These two can actually keep on advancing along the road. Keep the enemy on the move, and we can inflict probably more and more casualties. So that's another 200 infantry, and 2 specialists. So not too shabby at all. That one's surrounded now. Oh, it's only like, what, 100 infantry there? Yeah. Forced march, so that's going to be even worse for their defenses. Ooh, we did lose 100 infantry. We did also destroy the enemy. Looks like there's not much of a resistance remaining anymore in here. There must be something over here, maybe? I don't know. It could actually just be there. But there's something somewhere. Very descriptive, I know, but that's the best I can do right now. They got a little bit of the carpet bombers in here, but that's about it. Don't know if I want to move in that place yet. But these are the anti-tank and all that, so I'm going to have those move forward. Bringing the headquarters a little bit closer, I guess. And I think we do need to start rebuilding the road through here, at least a little bit further north. So how are we doing in terms of constructions anyway? I haven't had a look at the construction overview. So we've completed a supply base in Celeste and hydroponics food factory in Rio. So that's going to start providing a bit more food in the region there, which is going to allow us to then transport less food through. I mean, there's still going to be a lot of transport needs and all that, so it's not going to be completely gone, but it's at least going to be slightly better. And more tanks are now approaching to Rio, so we can probably utilize the logistics in there to move a little bit further along. I'm going to take... actually, before we do that, I will send in a bit more workers down to Nufluk, at least. I'm going to send up to... we only got 10 points, so we'll send in 100 in there. Hopefully that will help. I mean, I suppose there's no hunger, at least, so that's good. But I guess there's nothing else really either, so it doesn't really help. How's Rio doing? That could use a bit more workers. Send 200 there. And then Spitzberg, is that... it's got enough in there right now. And Osnabrück... They got a lot of public jobs, not a lot of workers there right now, but they're hiring slowly. So it'll start getting better. It's just, you know, there's a lot of things that needs to be taken care of in there. So Celeste, it's slowly getting some more workers there. I'm going to send in another... How much do we have? We got 500. I'm going to send another 300. And the next 200 are going to go towards Crawler Industries. I have a feeling that we could use a few more in there as well. There we go. That's getting slightly better. And we cleared out the northern areas in here, so we just go ahead and complete the dirt road along the coastline there. And then these troops can start heading south. Capturing more of the coastline, and I think now it might be time to attack here with the armored cars and tanks again. Oh, there we go. We broke a tank battalion completely. Okay, we did not destroy them, well, other than 30 tanks and a specialist. We didn't lose anything either, though, so that's fine. I suppose we've got the garrison brigade in here. I don't necessarily want to move in there because they might be able to attack them quite easily. And over here, let's just go ahead and do a bit of a ranged attack, shall we? I know they've got some artillery of their own, but we've got a bit more than what they do. Oh wow, they've got 3 hits. We only got 1. It's just artillery firing at artillery. Not necessarily the most useful for us, admittedly, but oh well. I'm going to move this one forward a little bit. And I suppose this one could also move forward, so they must have something in here. Plus now they've... Oh, right, we've connected to the road network in here now. So in theory... What do they have? Oh, it's leopards, okay. They're going to have... actually not that bad for them. And no, this don't... Well, actually, we do have some RPGs in here, but not that many. I'm gonna double check real quick. I think I may have actually... So the RPG troops, I was saying that I need to put in some of them as a low priority, and they're all obsolete, and there is not that many of them around, actually. So the first one is definitely going to be obsolete. And then we can start maybe reducing the levels of these a little bit. So there we go. Some of that will be then delivered to our Supreme Headquarters. So we've got some of these old infantry in here. There we go. That's another one done. We've got our planes in here. They are a little bit low on readiness and all that. It will take a few moments for them to probably recuperate. And now we can push actually these in. We'll pull the black guns in as well. Right, so we can't really... Well, actually, what we could do... We've got the wizards over here. We could do a quick little air recon on the city. Oh, we're going to take it a little bit of hits. We can also see that they're minus 75% supply modifier, so yeah. If they're wasting their ammo on trying to fire at our wizards, I'm okay with that. So what do we have? Right, so some of them do... Okay, that's completely out of supplies. That one's out of supplies, that one's out of supplies, that one's out of supplies. As the headquarters, so that doesn't technically speaking need any. At this stage, it might actually be okay to do a quick little range attack on them. I don't expect there to be any return fire or anything. We're not really getting a lot of hits, though. Oh, we've got 1 hit. Okay, so yeah, that was a bit of lackluster. I do admit. What about these? Are these... They don't have a lot of strength there, either. But yeah, I suspect that the morale over here is going to be dropping fairly quickly, so we can probably start pushing further in soon enough. We've got a lot of planes here as well. I suppose, where do we have the closest airfield that this one could actually land into? I suppose Spike is probably going to be the closest one. And these can land in at least Spokomania. The Hawks need to go... Oh, actually, Spokomania is another option. They just didn't have range on the interceptors. Yeah, that can't move in there either, but you can move to Spike, and then from there you can go to Spokomania. Assuming that Spokomania is actually a level 2 airfield. Is it? It is, okay. So that's good. So we can start using it. Well, I mean, technically speaking, what we might want to do is upgrade this one to level 2. Yes, sir. Shouldn't be too expensive. And if we can start bringing the heavier planes in here, we can start doing a lot more airstrikes on the enemy troops, especially a lot of the infantry in here. If we can start getting rid of those in strong positions, then that'd be nice. Right, so we cleared out that area at least. I started moving the planes. We had the fighting in Ansung. Well, I say fighting, but there wasn't that much fighting in there. Did we already move the troops in here? We'd moved some of the troops. Yeah, so the Eastern Front is now sorted. So there's still the Western Front, at least in some areas. We already moved some of the troops in the northwest here. We could try attacking in here, but I think there's so much infantry that that would be a bit of a suicide right now. We can't attack that one right now either, so that will be probably good enough. There's so many of these branching roads in here. A little bit hilarious in a way. So I know that the Central Front, we could do a bit more fighting in here. Is that... That's just 10 tanks there. Okay. And also, could we attack in here? They've got a lot of infantry. They seem to be also a little bit low on supplies, actually. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to first start with the Grasshoppers. Do a quick little air recon over here. Just to see what they actually have in there. So we don't know the supply situation there yet. We've got the Wizards, so we could do a quick little air attack there. Plus we can send in the Cobras. That'll probably be good enough. Ooh, there we go, we destroyed the tank. They got a lot of RPGs in there, so that might be a bit risky. One of the things that I could do, though, is I could move in my artillery up here, and then do a quick little range attack with that. Maybe we're going to get a few hits there. Well, at least a few hits, not necessarily a lot of kills, mind you. That was 7 hits total. So I guess that's going to start reducing their readiness. We've got a decent bit of infantry here that could try attacking, but that's going to be a little bit risky. The tanks over here probably won't be able to deal enough damage. I mean, it's not really that bad of a terrain, though. We might take a bit of losses in here, but let's give it a try. They got a lot of RPG, so they will probably get some... Oh, yeah, there we go. There's 20 tanks lost. Well, that was a bit of a lackluster then. But we killed 400 infantry, so I guess it's better than nothing. Not by much, mind you, but still. Let's go ahead and get the replacement troops here already. 20 metal hits deliver immediately. It does reduce the logistics that we have to use a bit. Speaking of logistics, we've still got the troops that we wanted to move in. Let's go ahead and destroy some of the enemy tanks in here still. Ooh, there we go, overrun. That's completely destroyed now, and we can probably destroy this one as well. Well, not quite, but we pushed it back at least. Then in the south, or in the center front, we could attack that one again. The blitzers, of course. Let's use the all-rounders first to destroy the one to the south. Ooh, there we go, that's a good hit. There's 30 tanks for no losses on our side. And then I guess we could send this... Oh, actually, why is the... 23rd over here? Is that... Oh, that's the aerial soldiers. Okay, I'm going to send the aerial soldiers, actually, and the light tanks. Oh, there we go. We destroy at least 10. Not necessarily the best results, but it's better than nothing. And then, at this stage... They've got a lot of troops in here. If I start moving too much forward, they will attack us. Of course, one of the things that I could do... I could try moving in... Okay, that's a lot of motorcycles there. So that's not really as bad as I thought it could be. I'm going to move these in. I'm going to try attacking here. If we can destroy some of the infantry there, that'd be nice. Oh yeah, there we go. I think we just overrun one motorbike battalion completely, and a little bit from the other one, and push them back, so that's exactly what I was hoping for. Then we're going to attack in here with our tanks. And start pushing them further along the road. There we go, that's good hits. Just what we're looking for. So that's 200 infantry, 30 tanks, and 10 guns. Flak guns, mind you, but still. We got a bit of tanks in here. Those are light tanks, though. So, technically speaking, the trigger guns and the tanks could probably destroy these quite easily. At least some of them. That seems like it. Actually, the tanks got only 10 of those. And the other 20 was for the flak guns. Not flak guns, anti-tank guns, sorry. That's pretty decent. Speaking of flak guns, though, we could probably move these closer. And then, I don't know if we want to move in here yet. We could potentially... Well, we can't attack that one with... Well, with the infantry we could, but that is a bit of a risky proposition. There's a lot of tanks in low mountains. Admittedly, the tanks do get a bit of penalty for defending there. But it's not large enough, I don't think, that we should risk going in there. So these are probably going to get attacked next round. I'm going to bring in the flak guns over here closer, so we'll at least hold the road here. And there's a lot of enemy troops in here as well. Little by little, we're at least making some dent into the enemy numbers. We could potentially attack with the... Oh, right. Oh, well, they got infantry in there, so I don't really want to attack there with just one infantry battalion. It's a bit too risky. And attacking that one is also a bit too risky. So I guess right now, how we... That's just rocket planes. The infantry has dug in there as much as it can. It doesn't have the best anti-tank guns, though, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. The all-runners can't attack it right now either, so I'm just going to hold here. I think in there at least. And over here we try to attack the infantry. Oh, they are out of supplies actually. I didn't realize that. Interesting. So that might open up a possibility for more attacks in there. Right, we're trying to push back some of these, but not necessarily too heavily yet. Admittedly, we could probably give a quick little try over here. Don't know how bad the enemy is there. Well, they got a bit of RPGs, but... Ooh. Well, that hurt. We lost the specialist and 10 tanks there. We did destroy 200 infantry and 10 flak guns, though, so it's not the end of the world. Let's just get the replacements here real quick. But there we go. And right, I still had the tanks that I wanted to start redeploying. So this one, can I do a strategic movement in here? I should be able to. Go all the way to there. Just take most of the logistics available to this particular area. But at least that's going to start bringing a bit more troops. And with those medium armor, we can start to maybe pushing or punching a hole in here somewhere and still have somewhat good troops to hold the enemy back a little bit. And then, you know, we can maybe take this road and link up with the troops here. Well, technically speaking, we have already linked up in there, but we can start to... Or we could actually try to outflank these in here, encircle them, destroy that. That's quite a bit of infantry. They'd probably lose a lot of troops trying to break out of there. That would be quite an easy way to remove some of the troops. But yeah, they're probably going to be in the central front here, more or less. I could perhaps upgrade the road a little bit into sealed road up to... Well, we'll go up to there. And this one going further south could also be upgraded at least a little bit further. So that will hopefully help with the logistics issues. Then I believe there was still the northern area here that I did not have a look at. No, I did not. Go ahead and attack this one. We should be able to destroy that quite easily. Or at least push them back somewhere. There we go. Did it go back? Oh no, it did not go back to the ocean. Now, can we... Oh, there we are. Let's destroy this one. Well, it retreated. Did not destroy it quite yet. Ah, there's two of them. Okay, well, with now information that we know that they are in there, we should be able to deal quite a bit of damage on them. And destroy them if possible. There we go. They're surrendered. So now we know that there's something in here somewhere. I don't know where exactly, but it might even be this... Well, no, probably not right there, but... Anyway, we'll try to hold them back in here. The tanks could probably head a bit further north, and it looks like we could use a bit of help there. Especially with the recon vehicles getting cut off by lizard snakes. That's not great. Okay, we did not get the relaxed palace back yet. We have had that at some point. This was a bit low on supplies. I suppose one of the things that I could do is just link up there. This one's probably going to get overrun there, but we'll have the tanks move up the north soon enough and start helping with these stacks. That one's probably going to get destroyed soon. And of course we had the stuff in here, but that's about it. How are we doing on the... Right, so we did get the road in here, so the supplies in this path are now pretty decent. Should be a lot better at least overall. We're still using a lot of... Oh, right, ammo is something that we haven't actually produced in a little while. We haven't been using it too much, since we haven't been using the rocket artillery or anything like that. Speaking of rocket artillery, we could actually just start moving these west. I don't think they're really needed over here. And in there, they could at least deal quite a bit of damage on the enemy. Got a bit of infantry in here. I suppose these could just continue on along the coastline, just start clearing out the southeastern portion of the peninsula. And then they've still got a little bit of stuff over here. I don't think we're quite ready to attack them. Although, I don't know. Seems like their supply situation might be a bit bad. At least it's not fully supplied. But we don't have enough troops there quite yet. Once we get a bit more troops from the south, or maybe outflank them here a little bit. From Uranus Drift, okay. Interesting name there. Although, it's out. So yeah, these we know that they're pretty much out of supplies. We did have a bit of an attack in there. So in the next few rounds, this city will probably fall down. And we'll just combine it back to Unsung. I don't know how much of... Yeah, we have no idea how much population they have there. But anyway, let's get to the next round, shall we? Oh, there's a bit of counterattack. They were victorious. I killed 10 tanks and 100 infantry. We did lose another 10 heavies, though. So with 100 infantry, 10 tanks, we lost 10 tanks. So, not too much in terms of battles there last round. On the enemy turn anyway, but... Could be worse. Space to choose. Now, to be fair, we wanted to increase the enforcement, so we probably want to reduce the government. Do you have any written? One is on our bureaucrats, the other one is on our troops. Whichever decision I take, I'm going to anger some people. I'm going to combine the two speeches. It's like it's a bad speech, but oh well. A civilization from 8.43 to 8.55. I'll try that. I'm not entirely sure it will succeed.
Order received.
And I need to operationalize, I butcher that word again. But anyway, to get another UB underway. Mechanized heavy siege infantry army. I mean, that could be quite something. You know what, I'll go for that one. I think that is going to be quite effective as well. Right, so we need to increase the meritocracy. So I'm just going to go ahead and increase the democracy right now because that doesn't directly reduce the meritocracy. Whereas the autocracy, we increase that, it will. Okay, Maputusians, sorry, are asking for another sec. We'll give them some... Actually, we needed to increase the enforcement, didn't we? So I'm gonna refuse to hand over the tech. It will reduce the relations. Definitely upset. Minus 21... Ah, right, yeah, that's pretty bad relations. Mount Shrine in search of a special item. You know what? I'm gonna increase relations with them at the cost of a little bit of meritocracy. That'll still probably be fine. And the Tino community is blackmailing us, so we are going to refuse that as per usual. Yes, sir. And spies into Mona's Republic have found info. How about Holy Planet Army? You'll get some more support there now. There we go. That's the decisions taken care of. And we had the battle in here, so tanks got pushed back. We know that there's quite a bit of enemies in here still, including this gap there, which I suppose what we could do is use the artillery to do a bit of a range attack in there again. They got a lot of infantry, but if we can deal some damage on it, that'd still be nice. Admittedly, I probably should have done the aerial recon there first, but that's still a kill at least. There we go, so we got the Cobras in here and the Wizards, I suppose, as well. Technically speaking, we could use these to do a quick little air attack on the tanks here. If we can destroy these, that'd be brilliant. Admittedly, it doesn't really look like it. No, they've got away, of course. Pretty much from the get-go. Alright, well, what I could do is I could do a quick little attack in here. There we go. Now there's destroyed. What about this infantry? They don't have a lot of digging bonus here. This one's got a little bit more. That one's got a good readiness. This one... both of them have okay... Well, actually, it's not quite as good over here. But they've been hit by artillery and all that, so no doubt it does have a bit of a toll. I'm just going to use 100 tanks. Let's see if we can't push these back. Well, that's a few hits at least. We did push them back and inflicted 400 casualties on them. Also, I suppose this one's going to get some replacement troops. There we go. And now we're starting to get a little bit of the tanks in here. We'll drive through that one. And then, of course, we could do a bit more fighting in here. So that's a lot of infantry. It's that... That's a militia, though, isn't it? Yes, it is militia. Okay. So it looks a lot harder than what it probably is. Let's be honest. Go ahead and start destroying some of the troops here as well. So they did not do a counterattack in the south, which is quite gracious of them. I'm going to move in the flak... Well, actually, the flakons can probably stay there. Move these a little bit closer. We could probably try to destroy the bison there. Oh, there we go. That's destroyed. Then move the all-rounders into the last shelter. These two can move forward. Probably move a little bit more infantry in there because they might attack with quite a bit of troops from there. At least for the time being. So now we've got okay situation. We can't really attack that one. We'll definitely attack this one. So let's send in the tanks of both sides and the armored cars. That's probably going to be enough firepower to inflict a lot of casualties on them. Yeah, looks like it. Well, admittedly, it's only 40 trucks, specialists, and 200 machine gunners. So, you know, it's not necessarily the best. But at least it's better than nothing. And what about the north? There's still a gap over there, and there's a bit of infantry or tanks over here. Oh, but it's snowy mountains. They get minus 50% on the defense in there. Got some RPGs in here. Not a lot, though. Okay, this one doesn't have RPGs, admittedly. What I suppose I could do is I could use the Wizards first. Do a bit of an air attack on this. Well, that didn't go quite as planned. I mean, there's still 50 tanks in there. At least we got a few hits. You know what? I'm going to use the stuff to also do air recon in here.
Birds are in the sky.
Okay, well, okay, now we got the full recon in there. Right. Oh, there's a lot of tanks there as well. They want to attack here. Are these two? I think we've got an okay chance.
Engaging enemy.
Well, we pushed them back, that's for sure. Move both of these in here, so that's 2,000 infantry. It's not necessarily the best, but we've got a decent defensive terrain in there. And I think that if the enemy tries to attack there with their tanks, they are going to have some hard time doing that. Then, of course, we got the artillery. We could do another range attack in here. I don't know how well that's going to go. I've got at least a couple hits on the flak gun. They've still got their counter battery fire, which has not caught any of our artillery completely, but they're definitely dealing damage. Start bringing a bit more troops down here. Plus, we've got another 2 units heading south. And then we have one over here that is probably going to go towards the Crawler Industries directly. And the rest of these can move further south as well. We could still do another attack in here. There's the flak guns, a bit of infantry. I suppose these are still in pretty good shape. So if I was to send these over, and maybe also the infantry, we've got enough firepower to probably push them back. But we will probably take some losses here. They got a lot of hits, but no kills by the looks of it. Whereas we destroyed 30 tanks, 20 flak guns, 10 artillery, and 200 infantry. So overall, not a bad attack, actually. And no doubt that, okay, actually, some of their supplies are running a little bit low on there already, so that's good. But with that, we are actually, unfortunately, out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. We have it already. Also, got links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.